Welcome to the Fantasy Football Review Guru that is I, the Legend Whisperer. I've been called upon to review the heated year of the league because we don't mess around.
Hey.
Has been having. I reviewed the facts intensely and unbiasedly, and this is our conclusion. Let me introduce you to my dear friend, Legends, as they will kick off our countdown.
Coming in at number 12, we have lackluster Larry's. His team sucked major cock again this week. His highest scorer was on his bench in what could be a hidden gem in Brian Hardline. Hard to get victories when your entire team underperforms. Gronk, Bryant and McCoy are getting most of his points but not enough. Hit the wire. Make a post. Year 2 might be his year. But not this year. No way, no how. Fucking seahorses.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Titans, for that great review. And coming in at number 11, I have truly Underdog Bob. With Fred Jackson coming off the IR, CJ Spiller's value is greatly diminished. With that being said, he was the only running back / wide receiver on his roster in the top 15 of the league at their position. If Bradshaw and Murray can't turn it up and Harvin keeps up his consistency, then Underdog Bob might turn some heads. Until then, he retains his title as Underdog Bob. Number 10. How about a RB? Beaner. His blockbuster trade didn't look so bad this week, finally getting some production out of Chris Johnson, which is the only way his team can get out of the cellar. Relying on CJ can't bode well for his team, though, because his team sucks. And so far, so is CJ. RG3 is the real deal and loves running in TDs, and Cruz is a stud, but what about everyone else? Jonathan Stewart, Greg Jennings, Donald Brown, all starting? Come on, man! It'll be a struggle to make the playoffs this year, Beaner, but has a great opportunity to knock off perennial powerhouse Sir Baltimore Newton, who has half his team not playing this week. Good luck. Gonna kick off the next one to the Legends.
Number 9, the Devil. His name comes from his crafty yet questionable trade maneuvers which make the rest of the league think he is in fact the cocksucking shifty Diablo that his name implies. Onto his team, drafting Matt Ryan got him a lot of criticism, but it worked out brilliantly. He traded the number 1 fantasy player, RG3, for a stud RB, giving the start to Ryan, who was the number 2 QB. However, Tam, Green, and Rice have been a bust so far this season, along with New York Giants defense. Not enough consistency throughout his team has plagued him so far. Playing 2 running backs on the same team is a risky, stupid fucking move. I wouldn't expect him to be there in the end unless he adds some depth at RB. Motherfucking cocksucker.
Whoa, easy there, Legends. No need to celebrate now. Getting a little wordy. Number 8. Coming in, the best of the worst. Biff Tannen. With an N, that is. So far, McFly's nemesis has been snake bitten. By the worst injuries so far to Forte and Akeem Nicks. Nice pickup in Amendola, but Rodgers doesn't look like the fantasy stud he was last year, despite his 27 points on Sunday night. He has the highest points against so far. As soon as his team gets healthy, he could knock off the big boys on their best day. Avoid calling him Yella, because he might take you down. Number 7. Healthy Scratch. Team always injured, has been injury-free, but never knows when to play his players. He is stacked at running back and wide receiver. Actually, his whole team, if he started right now, would be ranked in the top 13. That is the best in the league, yet the points are not on the board. Why? Ask the coach. Someone tell him that bench players do not matter. Squeaked one out this week against Bob by keeping his hopes alive. Keep an eye out on him, as he might be moving up in the standings soon. Coming in at number 6. 50 Rays of Shade. His team had a terrible week against Baltimore, but that was a fluke. Rice, Smith, and Julio Jones are too good to get 15 combined points. Breeze can put up the points, but he needs those aforementioned players to perform because his bench is a little bit thin. If they don't carry his team, expect some sleepers to sneak up on him during the upcoming bye weeks. Number 5, Chog Boss. His record does not show his performance. He has the second fewest points this season, but also the second fewest points allowed. Hence the 3-1 record. All this being done with a team of underperformers. His starters only cracked the top 15 at defense and kicker. Most over top 25. Most of his team, that is. But 8 points per person consistently leads to a mediocre number. And a mediocre number can even beat a bad opponent. If his team finally starts playing to their performance, he could have a decent squad. Coming in at number 4, I got Dylan's nomination. 3 wins in a row after a rough start. Wasn't sure what he was going to get out of Peyton, but he sure has found his touch. Also had a couple of much-needed overperformers in Torrey Smith and Marshawn Lynch. Who knew Lynch would be getting 23 carries a game and be the number 6 rated running back? Nice job, Dylan. If Gates can turn around, he might have a chance at this. A win this week could put him in a 3-way tie for first with Baltimore's team decimated. Number 3, Britt's best performance. Solid team consistently putting up around 100 points every week. Close game after close game, with a couple going his way and a couple not. Charles and Graham are some of the best of their positions, with a bunch of solid supporting casts. The bye week will test his team's true grit when some of the stars are sitting. Coming in at number 2, Sir Baltimore Newton. Dethroned. Why? Putting up a meager 84 points and getting a win against the number 6 rated fantasy team. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Had a tough injury to Hernandez and is still fighting through it. However, the toughest is yet to come. 4 players on a bye this week, along with Hernandez being out, will challenge his team greatly. However, if there is a team to get through it, it would be his. This coach is a motivator, and his team responds by playing to their potential. Defending champ is gearing up for the long haul. Look out. And at number 1,
coming in at number 1 is Magical Season.
Magic Mike.
I don't think even Magic Mike saw his team playing this good at this point in the season. That being said, he also has had the easiest schedule by far. Has yet to play a team above 500 and his points against are a meager 267. Yes, that's 49 points lower than anyone else. Will someone please stick it to his magical vagina? His starters have been the most consistent of any team, highlighted by his pair of Falcons receivers White and Gonzalez, paired with 3 top 10 BS. Tough to beat when healthy, but the bye weeks will prove his toughest challenge as they come against the league's elite fantasy teams.
Well, thank you, Legends, for kicking that one off. And that will wrap it up for this week's Fantasy Review. This is the Fantasy Whisperer. Hope to see you soon, and good luck.